Hello, welcome to another session of ERPGulf training. So today we will discuss, in fact, we will have a walkthrough of script reporting and a little bit query reporting because it's not that complicated. Script report is the main focus today. And, there are so many documentation and the posts and forums and everything, but there is no clear instruction how to create a script report. So we thought we will have a walkthrough, and it's as usual. It's not meant for high level programmers with experienced programmers and all. It is for usual our accountants and our own people that they want to create open some reports. They don't have that much skill. So, but it need programming skills anyway, and it need SQL skills. So you cannot say for, it's not for high-end programmers, neither it's not for unknowledgeable people. It's for the people with reasonable Python and SQL skills. So what we will do today, we will create a script report. We will have a complete walkthrough, and the code we publish on our forum. So you can see the code, so you don't need to write down the codes when we are doing it. I will put the link on the show notes, so you can just go to the link and get this. So today we will have a script report, and the script report have all the major elements. In fact, all the elements. So once you have created this report, this is the report we are going to create. Once we create this report, I'll show you that report here. This report. This is the report. Actually, we are running this report live. This is the report. So, and this is the report code. This is the code of this report, and I will explain you each step. So how to create it. So you can create your own report, and then after that you show report. So this report will contain following things. The first and the easiest part, there is one message. This the message one. Then we will have this. This is called message. Okay, I'll just put it here. This is message. Let me take another color. Okay. This is called a message. Okay. This part, you can see this part. It is called a summary. Okay. This is obviously, it's graph. It's graph. And this one is the table. This is table, or you can say data listing, data dumping, table and anything. You can see some colors here. You can see the colors. See here, some field I will put red color, some blue. So it depends on the quantity. How if its quantity is more than 500, it will show it in red, and if it's less than, then it will show it in black. Or some, for this explanation, I'm just doing some coloring also here. And the graph, I put two legs. One is for the stock and one is for the quantity. I will explain each and every step. So I repeat, we are going to create message. We are going to create summary. We are going to create a graph with two legs, with these two legs. And then we are going to data listing. And we are going to see how we can change the color of each line depending on a condition. So let's start. Let's start it now. So where do we start? Okay, I will go to, okay, before that, I just want to tell you that there are two forum posts on ERPNext site. One is by Eugene P and other is by Peter G. These two form posts are very useful. I used it, and I thank them for that effort because they wrote it very clearly, and I just want to thank them. And this I have been heavily dependent on producing this video, so I just wanted to say that. Now here, okay, this is our sample report. I'm starting a report. Let's say ERP stock report. Actually, yeah, I mean it's okay. I'll just say script report walkthrough. This is our report name. Then reference document, I will put it on stock. So it not necessarily, this is actually you can put it on any, depends on your permissions, where you want to put it, that kind of things. There is no reference report. There is, you can see something here that is standard. It's standard or not. So what does it mean actually? If its standard is no, then you can, okay, I'll select here script report or query report. And if it's standard here, you can write script here. If it's not standard, oh, sorry. If it's not standard, you can type your script here. If it's standard, you cannot. And if it's standard, that means you have to put it in the back and you write the code using a visual code editor and put it in the backend. Okay. So that is different process, because if you are putting it in the backend, you may need to put it in an app and install it, because the future updates will erase that. So there are so many concerns if you are putting standard. That's another discussion. We can have it on another video. But here we will put no. So this is a precondition. So if you put no here, we can just type the command here. Okay. Can you see that? I'll just try to zoom it a little bit. This, okay. So when I'm typing, you can see that. And oh, that's too big. Okay. Now I said we can type commands here. So here there is a query script tab and there is a client code tab. I will explain that. So here you can see multiple kind of report. That's report builder. You have seen it. We have explained it also in the past. Query report we will cover today. Custom report, no, not today. So here, if it's query report, basically what you do, here you will write an SQL statement. You know what is SQL statement? Select star from this table and all of this kind. I will show you that. So if it's a query report, but the query report, it doesn't have much flexibility. Like you cannot create a graph, you cannot put a message, you cannot color it. I mean, there are so many limitations, but it is useful in some cases. And about script report, it's very flexible. You can completely script it. And if you put add total here there's a tab. If it's add total, it will put a total of each row. I mean, wherever there is a numeric, it will put a stone. So I'm not using that. So let's start. Now, when we go here, so what all components I told you? There is message, there is summary, graph, and at the bottom, listing. So we will start by here. The top simplest thing is to putting a message here. Okay, I'll put a message first. This is our, okay. By the way, I put the code here. All the codes are here. So whatever I'm typing it here or copying it here, it's available here. I'll put the link, just the link. It's on our site article. So you can, I will put the link in the show note, or you can find it on our site. So where we will start? We will start by giving a simple message. The message, before I'm saying putting a simple message, okay, this is the format to deliver data. Okay, I just put it here. This is, I'll explain you each line, each one of it. Here I saved it and I'm just running it. So you and refresh it, because you need to refresh always. So you can see a message here. I put it here. You can see a message here. This is the only thing we have done. I put a message here. Let's go back to the code. Let's go back to the code. This is the code. So what is in this code? This is data is equal to none. Actually, I will put here also something called message. Okay. And none. Message equal to, let's start walkthrough here. Okay, this is Python. You know, of course, you know Python. So this is just I'm putting a message, and then I'm saying, okay, this is the. So when I say data, let me run it. Okay, it's showing here. Let's start walkthrough here. So what is the data means? This is the one of the things that you need to know. This one. So here, look here. There is something called data. Data is equal to none, message, none. This data is the thing that we are passing to the backend. This data has everything for the report. So first part of this report is column. You know what is column? Let me show you column. This is the columns. So here you can see item code, item name, quantity, etc. Right? These are the columns. These are, of course, these are the rows. These are the columns. So how many columns you need here? You need to put it here. So this is the column data. The first field is, okay, I will try to write it here. Okay, data, you need to provide what? Columns, then data, then message, then graph, then what? No, sorry. Graph and summary. Let me see. Graph. I missed the order. Just sorry for that. So data, columns, chart, report, summary. Data, columns, data, message, chart means graph. Okay. Now, and here it's a summary. Okay. So what you have in when you are giving, this is you are delivering it through data. First, you need to provide what are the columns. Then you need to provide what are the data. Then you need to give what is the message. Then you need to provide the graph information, and finally the summary information. But if you are not giving anything, for example, you don't need a graph. So you put here none. You put here none if you don't need a graph. So if you don't need a message, you put here none. Or if you put summary, you put none. So you can put none if you don't need it. But If you need data, you need columns. So you cannot put none here and data here. So that's obvious. I'm just saying. So I'll come back to here, and I put here also none. So there will be nothing. It's just blank, right? It's just blank. There is nothing. On this the report, there is nothing. And I will just put it. Why I'm report here? This is the third one is message, right? I'll put message because message is there on the first line. So I will just put it here. You can directly put there also. So here you can see. Let's start walk through here. The message has come. So the message has come. Now, what all we need? We will first try columns. Then we will go for data. I mean, let's say, what data? I mean, how to give column input for the backend. Actually, if you are giving input for the backend, it will come there. So I'll show you the column content. The column content is, I can see it here. Can you see here? Columns. So I'll just, this it's a list. If you know basic programming, it is, you just write it here. You just write it here. This data, you keep it here. Message, we already provided. Now we need to provide columns. Okay. Columns is equal to, I'll just put a list here. You know how to put a list, right? Okay. Comma. It's a 3 column. Let's just have 3 columns. And letter number color. Let's say letter number color. It's just a name. Don't confuse. It's just a name. So we have nothing to do with letters, numbers, or anything. It's just a. So if I put it like this, and here if I put the same name up, it's just a name, a variable, columns. I put it here. Then this columns will be, we have 3 numbers columns. I think we need data also. Let's see what it's coming. There is no data. That's why nothing is coming. I will put some data after the columns. So now we have column, and now we need to put column, and then here actually it's if I put data is the name. Okay, I will put what I will put, raw data, something like that, because it's just a name. Then what I will do, I'll put some data here. Data, okay, I have it my data, so I'll just put it like this. So I have this code there, so you can see it. So it is like, here you can see it's a 3-number list. This 3-number list. Here you can, this is 3-number list. I mean, inside the list, there are 3. So here, inside that same list, you have 1, 2, 1, 2. I'll display you, so then you will understand. So I will put this my data here. My data here. So column and data is there. Message is also there. So let me see how it happened. Oh God, mistake. Wait, there may be some mistake. My data 1, 2, 3, 4. So my data message. Where is the error? Can someone help me? What's that error? Unterminated string character. Okay, unterminated string character over row 1, row 2, row 3. Oh, here. Okay, now let me see. Okay, now you see here, there are 4 rows. Okay, 3 each, 3 column each. So for the columns, we put letter, number, and color. And for rows, there are row 1, just data. So here it is. Here the message, I'll remove the message. So here, this is what we have produced. So again, I'll come back here. Columns is equal to 3 columns, and data, there are 3 each, 3 each in each. Okay, 3 each in each, and we are creating it here. Message, I will put none because let's go step by step. Message, already you know how to do that. So it is here. Now we will go another step. Oh, name none is not defined, means this is the, you cannot put none without n caps. Okay, it's case sensitive. So now it is, now we have created a clean row and column. Okay, now what's next? It's according to our own document. Then let's color it. How to, I need to color it like, if it's red, I need to display it in red. If it's yellow, I need to display it in yellow. Okay, basics, but let's do that. So you know what? How to create colors? You can actually embed HTML. This span is HTML, right? This, span. Span is an HTML statement. I will just show you here, HTML or something. Span, HTML span tag. Okay. So this is HTML span tag. You can have so many things. You can change the color. You can change the background color. You can put it in a box or whatever, because on HTML, you can do so many things using this span. Okay. Span is an element. So the script report is supporting that. So you can just use span. So I'll show you how to do the span. So let's take it again. Here, instead of this, this is the one you are creating. Instead of this one, I am putting this. So here I am removing the old one. I'm putting the new one. So here you can see something happened. I changed here. You can see it here. Span, style, color, So here I put the span, style, color, red. Here again, span, style, color, violet. Okay. So this, you can, if you put just this span inside each row, you can, how to use it in actual SQL data, I will show you later. But this is, if you run this, it's so easy to color it. See, here you can see it red. And here you can see it violet. I didn't put it here. Okay, forget it. Just red and violet I put it. So you can see colors. So now I put that colors. If you the exact code is here, how to put color. But as I told you before, HTML, you can do so many things with span. Like, okay, I'll show you something. instead of this color, I can put background color. Okay, it's a span statement. So I can just put it here. Instead of this foreground, it is now background span. See, it's now color is in the background. Just I'm showing you, I'm not that good in designing, and so according to your imagination, you can just make it beautifully. You can put all the rows, everything, and line in between. So many things. HTML, you can do so many things. Well, it depends on your HTML capacity. Okay. Now, what next? According to our documentation, we color it. Now, what you will do, the next phase, let's do report summary. Report summary is, where is our sample? Okay, here. This is report summary. You know, here when you are producing a report, you need some kind of summary for management or something. So this is all the items here, books, chips, and glue, laptop, everything is here. So on top, we have a summary, consumable this much, electronics this much, product this much, raw material. This is a summary. It makes report more comprehensive, and it's also make reports very beautiful. You can design it. I'm not designing it. Again, I told you I'm not a designer, so I'll show you how to put something here. I will put now as a list, then later we will put it as an SQL statements exactly like this. We will produce same. Okay. Now, here our code is here. Now, for the report summary, it is actually, I'll put a report summary here. So this is the code I am adding. See here, I just highlighted report summary. It is like, this is what, this is a list or non-list within a list actually. So here you need to put value and label for each. You can have as many you want. Value and label. Label is the one is showing there up, and the value. So let me run it. So this is the variable report summary. Let me just put it here. Columns, data, here what? It should be graph, right? So here, no, this is message, this is graph, and this is report summary. Let me take report underscore summary. This is just a variable because I used it here, so I am using it here. I don't think that name has any importance. Okay. So now I display it again. See how easy it was. There is label here. Label 2, label 3. I will just change it to something for easy to understand. Here, instead of this label 1, you can put electronic. Computers. Then what? Good. Okay. And here the values. Our challenge is still there. We have to pull it from the database. I will show you. So here it is like this. So just put it like here. See, this is electronics, computers, fruits. And the listing is here. The message was here. You know how to put it. I am not making it again. Then now we need something, a graph here. Okay. A graph with a table or round or something like that. I'll do the graph now. Let's do a graph. Let's do a graph. So where is graph? Oh, okay. Just tick the box here. Okay. Just I remind myself. If you put it here, add total. This is just I put as a reminder for myself. If you put it here, you will get a total of numeric columns. So here you can see 19. So we didn't write any code for this 19 and total. So it's just coming. If you tick it there, it will come there. Actually, on the SQL query also there are methods to get it, but this is so easy. You can just add it. I just put it here in case I don't want to format. Now let's plot a graph. So how to plot a graph? For a graph, what all we have? Let me tell you. For a graph, we have an X and a Y. You know, there are, I mean, of course, this basic, which standard we learned it in the fourth grade. Okay. So now we have columns and data is we have already done. We have something called if you want to make a chart, you need to have some data. Let me put this data. Okay, guys. Report summary. Let's remove the report summary. Okay, because you have already learned it, right? On the final report, we will produce it again, but for the time. Report summary, I put none. Now let me put a chart. In this chart, I will put is my chart. Okay. So this is come where columns, my data, message, my chart. Okay. So this my chart, we have data. This is actually, there is something called concept called data sets. You need to learn it separately. This is actually, it's kind of, it's not, here it's list, right? It's just a list. This is not a list. Okay. So here it's a data sets. So you need to put data labels. So labels you will put it together, and data sets you need to put data sets. So you need a data set. I forgot. So you need a data set. So how it works, because it's little bit programming stuff, but you need to learn it. For this, I need a data set. So I will put the data set here on the top. And this is my data set, and type is bar. So now we have details for a graph. This graph has Saudi, Qatar, UAE, Oman on the base and data sets on the, let's see. Oh, where is graph? Oh, God. Where's graph? My chart, right? My chart, it is columns, message, chart. Columns, data, and chart. So what is here? My chart, data, lay. Oh, okay. Made some mistakes. Let us correct it. Whoa, okay. Now we have a graph. So how this graph created? We have labels for Saudi, Qatar, UAE, Oman, right? And here we have 2K, 3K. So each has a value. So this value called dataset, and this is called labels. So don't forget, the one you are seeing here is label, and the height of it is data set. So you need to create a data set. How to create a data set? It's a lot of documents are available there. It's like this. So it's just like this. So you have this two only depends. Okay. The above one, forget it. We no more needed then. So here data, labels, and data sets. So why I'm saying data set here, why give so much importance here? Because I need another data set here. So here you see there are two, one blue and one orange, right? So like that, I need two. Maybe sometimes I need 3, 4, 5, 6 because it's data is like that. Sometimes you need so many. So let's put it like here. Okay. So how to put another data set on the same graph? Uh, Another data set here, two graph. One more data set, I will put it here. we have how many database? One, right? Which one is this? Sorry for small mess ups that I'm doing, because I'm not a professional YouTuber or something. It's just training. Okay. So here, my data set 2. Okay, this is another value. So I'll put something here. Basically, what I'm doing, I'm adding one more data set on this, okay, on my chart. So here you can see there was my data set first, and now there are two, my data set 2 also. And for that, I have my data set here. So there are two data sets. Now I'm running it again. You can see two. Now it all came two data sets. This is basically how you create chart or graph or whatever. I say graph, but people generally say chart. Now what? Okay, there are multiple type of graphs. Here you can see at the end there is type. There is type, right? Type. So I need to, sometimes you need a pie chart or a line chart. I'll put line, for example, first and show you. This colors and or you can change it, okay? But what is the point of wasting time? This is line, okay? You can put it as a line, or you can put it as pie. You can put it as pie chart. So I mean, this is super design, so you can just put it like this, pie chart. Now we are stopping it there. Okay, I put it here, something like let us redesign columns. So what I told you here, when we were doing this column, I just put list. Okay, so this list may be not enough. For example, you need one column big, one column small. So like an Excel. So you can put it like this. So what will happen? Letter, number, and color, right? Color. I'll show you one more. Let me run it first. Then after that, I will show you something more. This is, first one is 120, and second one is 50, and third one is, let's say, 200. This is the column, and first one here, I will just comment it out like this. See here down, this is now letter is small one, and the number is even small one, and the color is big one. So like that, you can do many things here inside this column setting. Inside this column setting, you can do many things. And one thing here, you can see an underscore and a comma. This is actually language translator. So if you put like this for any letter in ERPNext Frappe, what it will call, it will translate it into your language. So letter will be, if it's in Arabic, if there is a translation table, it will put it as Arabic in letter in Arabic, or number in Arabic, or color in Arabic. So this column will do that purpose. I just this is the column design. Now, okay, the graph change style, I already told you. Now we need something called filter. What is filter? Okay. So here, if we are doing something here, there are many rows, some blue, green, and yellow and white. We need to display only blue, let's say, in the list only. So I'll remove the other one. This we are just removing. Only we are concentrating on this one. Okay. This also I remove. All unnecessary now. Only three. Oh, okay, here my data I need. Column message also we don't need. This just column and data, and we will just put my chart, none, not chart, just a data, just data. But I need to explain you how to put a filter here. Filter means, so there is, there are two places you can put filter. One here, the filter. Here you can put, here you can put filter. This is first method of putting filter, but this is less flexible. So in effect, you need to put the second method, but I'll just show you here. Put field time, something like color, and select your color. And this is actually select, there are multiple field options here. I'm just doing select. I'll show you how to work link in this case. So I put it mandatory, and I'll put it here in the options. Red, blue, green. Okay. So if I put it here like this, and when I run the report, you can see it here. Select your color, then you press blue. Okay, it all came because I didn't do any code for that. I didn't just do any code for that. It's like, just I started a column here. Then how to apply it, that's a programming technique. That also I will explain you. It may be taking long time, but each step, let's better go that. Now what? How to select it, I will explain you when the time comes. Now let's put it other way. I'm removing this here from here because I told you this is less plus. Okay, I'll show you one more thing. Maybe it will help you sometime. So here, if you put link instead of select, and you put it here, item code, and here item. Is that item correct, right? I don't know the name exactly. Don't remember. Okay, here if you put like that, you can get all the items from your item table. Here you can select. So again, I didn't put the code, so I'll show you how to put the code for filtering. But the filter box will come like that. Here. Now I'm just removing this complete. Now I will put the same for as a data here on the client code here. Okay, I put it here. So here, this is what, here when we are doing it here, this is a JavaScript. This client code is a JavaScript. So you need to put the filter, whatever need to print in, it come here like columns, filters, and everything. Whatever you need flexible in the report, you need to put it here. So here we put filter, field name. Okay, select your color or something. I'm not serious about that. Oh, sorry, field name, color, and label, select your color. Okay, and here on the top, it should be your report name. So what is your report name? This is the report name. Okay, and put here. Don't If you don't put this report name here correctly, there will be no effect. You will keep troubleshooting here and there, up and down. There's no point. So you need to put it there. So now that come here. So I put it like choice 1, choice 2. You can see it here. I put it as a data here on the client or choice 1, choice 2, choice 3. Okay. Now, okay, filter. Okay, look into query report. Now, this is the major things we have. What we have covered now. We have covered basics of messaging, summary, graph, and the data, and we colored the data, and we flexibly adjusted the width of it, and we put a filter also. So we have done pretty much or covered the basics. Now we actually coming into the actual stuff. So how we do that? Now first I will take you to query report, because in the initial I promised you that I will simply cover a report. Okay, walk through query report. This query report, why we are using this query report? Generally, if you want umbrella to take a data or something, but it's just a listing of data, something like that. So if you just put it a select query or some query here, select star from EAB customer. If you know the table name, so table name you need to find it. I have actually done a video here. You can get the help of ChatGPT to get the table name and the correct SQL if you are not familiar with SQL. So you can rough. There is a on our YouTube channel. There is one video for how to find SQL on ChatGPT or something like that. So you can find it and you will get that. So here I am just putting one. This is a table. This is a table. Tab user is a table, and tab user is a table, email, name, gender. So we are basically what we are doing. We are taking all email, name, and gender from user. Okay, just displayed. We have removed everything else. Oh boy. Select. Oh, it should be query report. It's query report. Okay. Okay. Save and display. See here. Now you have all the emails, names, and gender from the database table. It's directly from the database. We are not giving anything. If you can see here on this, here we have only this SQL. Okay. So now if you want to run it on the script report, you cannot directly run. You cannot directly run SQL queries. So what you need to do, on the script report, there is something called dbSQL, frappe.db.sql to pull data. So here on this is our script, right? This is query. So this is script. So script, I'm removing everything and I'll just put it here, data. This is actually my data. So I put it like this is just I'm pulling everything. So you don't need to have your own data set here. It will just pull it from the data base. So I'll just, oh, you need to put columns. I'll show you, because without that it will not work. There is no column. So we need to define column here, column and the data. So what is the columns? Okay, I'll put columns in style. Before it was I told you how to put it, like These are the columns: email, name, gender, and these are the data. Like we have explained here, the data. See here, email, name, and gender. Now we do something. We will give a separate color for gender female. Okay. Others I haven't mentioned. I mean, this is the sample data. There is only one, the gender female. So I'll just put a color for this, so you will understand how it works. So here you need to iterate. You know what is iterate? Okay, I'll show you. So this is the code for that. I'll explain the code. I will explain the code. Here it is. This is the code, and this is the data. So here, what happens? Oh, non-type object is not iterable because client code I kept it there. What is non-type? Oh, it's row, or it's not row. It's my data actually. I'm sorry for that mistake. So now I think it will come. Now see, this female row is only blue. Well, how we have done it? We take this SQL data, this is the SQL data. Now that SQL data, we run it, in Python. If you put 4 row in my data, it will iterate. It will keep checking all the field. And if this field, if row get gender is equal to female, if it's female, then you remember I told you how to use span, right? The HTML span. So I put here blue. So I put it for each row. Then it came like, all that is blue. That's essentially the code did. Or, let's say one of the field you want in red and one in yellow. You can put it like a colorful. It's like, you see here, it's blue and it's yellow and it's red. You can put whatever color you want on each column, each row, each column, and put background. And this is according to your imagination. Inside this span statement, whatever you can add, you add it and format it. That's how I have now. Now this you see, I when I started showing you this filters, I didn't apply it here. I just show you that, right? Now I will apply it here. So first I will put a filter here. A filter. So this is a filter. Okay. So here it will say use label, select your user or something like that. Okay. It will display, it's a link. So it will display all the users, and the default I keep administrator because I'm an administrator. Then, okay, it will come here, but it's not applied. It will not be applied. It will just come here. Where is it? Oh, this one. I told you this. Here you need to change it. Otherwise, it will not come. This name. Okay. Now, now you can see here, all the users are listed here. All the users are listed here. You select one of it, only in that row, that user should come. It's a basic filtering. I'm just explaining how to filter it. So I need to do that part of the code here. So here, this is the SQL. Okay. This SQL select, you need to add one where clause. Other, for example, here you put like where user equal to user like, if you know SQL, you can do that. Administrator, then it's like this. It will be like this. So I have it here on that. So you just put it. So here this administrator will be filter variable. Okay, this is the filter. So filter variable name is, it should be like filter dot name. So here instead of this line, you put this my data. So here actually what I did, I split it. This is the MySQL and this is the my data, because inside this my data I'm running MySQL. I don't think it's complicated. So just if it's complicated, just look into code and come back. So here if I change it to something like ala, it will come ala here. If you change like this one, it will come here. So this is how you code, you filter. I mean, I show you before how to put filter here on the client code. Now I shown you how to filter it. Now, what next? We need to, so this is our aim, right? This is our destination, our destiny. So we need to create, we have in our table items, and items are, these are items. This is our project, right? These are items: books, chips, envelopes, glue, laptop, market, pen, pencil. These are our items. These are the main groups: consumable electronics, products, and raw materials. These are, and we need it like a summary here from original data. Before we show you how to put it a dummy data. Now, from original data, we need this. We need a graph, and we need this table, and this table we need some kind of coloring, because if its item is more than 500 or something, we will just put it like that. Otherwise we will keep it this. Okay, so now we'll start our main project. So let's pull the data. What is the data? What you need the data? This is actually, this data is basically, these are quantity and these are valuation, or vice versa. I mean, so the current quantity and current valuation, current quantity, current valuation for each. This is actually the current valuation, or quantity, I don't remember, but this is this what. Now where is the SQL for that? Again, I told you, I explain you how to get it from chat GPT, and there is a video. Go and watch it. This is the, okay, now I will clear everything here. There is nothing. Create report. I removed everything. Now we will go, first we create column and code name stock. Okay, code name stock. Then I'll put this SQL. This SQL again, I told you, you need to find a way to get the SQL. I hope all of you know how to write this in the SQL statement. This is the SQL. Now in this is, we are running it for coloring. I'm just not doing that. So I have only data and columns. So here actually I can put none here. Without none also it will work. Okay, none message and none. Okay, so I can put it here. So here it is. I don't know why there's a gap here. It's a join table. Hmm. So it is this much. I hope that will work. Oh, unexpected intent that happens all the time on select. Hope this one is okay. I'm just running it again. So here you can see code, name, and stock. So here, what is code? What happened to code? There is name and there is stock. So let me check what happened to code. Uh, code, item code, right? Item code, I misspelled. Okay, now we have code, name, and stock. These are three. So it came from SQL directly, from the database directly, unlike before we put it manually. And then I will just put it here for some coloring. Okay. So same like we have done, I will put color. I'll put coloring here. Oh. And I'm copying from there. There is one gap is coming. Non type object because I changed this name data to my data because to avoid confusion, I'm using it here because there is a data here, so you may be confused. So that's why I just put it here. Okay. Now we have we have different color for it's like if it's if this row here, this is the code for I show it here. This is the code for that. And in this code, I have written if the row get stock is greater than 25, the color will go blue. And there is I tried something here. One span, display, inline block padding and all. Didn't work, but you can see the evidence here. So this is more than 25. I put here blue. And I tried something here like, on the padding, there is inline block, padding, margin, border. There are many things. I tried that. Didn't work, but I just kept it here. So you will know. So you can try this type of things on this. So now where we are now on this walkthrough script, now we have this fields. Okay, this filter I delete because more and more confusion. It's not helping because I just did that. Now here we have that all. We colored the data and then chart. Now we need to do a chart. For chart, what we are doing, we are creating one one definition. See here, like function or procedure, what you call it on Python. I just adding something here on the top. On the top, I am adding it here. What is why it's coming like? You can see here there is a this one. If you run your data into this get chart data, a query, an SQL statement, it will create it in a certain format. It can be fit for the it can fit for that. So it's like it will add like each value it will take and it will put it in labels and data sets. So effectively what you will get like I shown you before the chart data, right? This the chart data should be in this format. See it here. So if you are not this listing, so this is the you need to have this is what is this? No, this is not chart data. Sorry. This is the chart data. You can see on this chart data there is labels and data sets and everything. So if you want to run a chart, you cannot directly take data and run it like we have done for the table. You actually need to run it into a procedure and convert it into this format. So that we are doing it here. This part is for doing that. So we will pass a SQL here, run it and put it as a label and a data set. Okay. So now this is a chart and there is a chart, data labels and value sets. That's the next one. Return chart. What is it? Oh, it's until return you need to put it here. Sorry for that. So it will return the chart data. I mean, chart is it's a data. Now what we do, columns, this is all I think we have explained. And there is a SQL because SQL, as I told you, this is different SQL to take it in raw data chart, get chart on MySQL. So we need a MySQL here. Is there anything there already? Okay, there is MySQL. There is SQL and everything. Now, oh, SQL. So here you are calling that procedure using this MySQL. You already have this MySQL. This one, this is the MySQL. MySQL is just a name, not that the other MySQL. So you have this chart data, and this chart data we are putting. So you can put it like my chart. Here it should be message, right? So this is my chart, right? So I put it here. Now let's run it. I hope it without. Oh, there is an intent error. Let's solve it. Sorry for that. Just okay. Now you can see it. I mean, this is a line one. Okay. Now what we have done, we put the same data and we run through this get chart data. That is a procedure we put on the top, and we run that and we got the this data and we put it here. Okay. Now we are making good progress. What we have a line chart. I will put it into column chart, and we have data table and everything. Now message, of course, you know how to put a message. Now we need to put a summary. Okay. I'll say, so this is what is remaining, a summary, right? So I'll just put it a summary here. Summary. So for the summary, we need another SQL statement. It's not the same SQL statement. So I'll just put it for the summary. I will put another SQL statement because it's if you understand SQL, it is actually group by item group. Before it was group by item code. So now it's group by item group. So I just put that and then I put it here. I run it and take the data because you don't need to run for summary. You don't need to run it through a procedure to make it in format because it's just listing. Then here on the data, I will put here report summary. Summary. Okay. So here I have it. So what happened? What is our status? Now we have item group. Okay. Only thing is SQL. I didn't explain SQL. So here consumable, electrical, and everything, and here colored columns. Okay. So this is what I have offered on this walkthrough, except that this is what's that by here instead of line I will put what bar, right? Instead of that I'll put bar. So now we have reached exactly the same that we have intended to show you. Now this is the full source code of what we have done. So if you take this source code, it's like I have explained it one by one. So if you take it full, so I am removing it completely now, and I'm putting it here, the code from on our article. So here you will just get intent, because when I'm copying it there, I face some problem with intent, but once you copy it, you will get exactly the same code. Same, uh, you know, I'll just try to correct it because intent. So this is the full code. I just corrected the items. So it's just like this. If you show the report, it will be exactly the same that I have promised. So this is the, so here you have what you have here. You have a message here, you have summary here, you have this here, everything is here. So the only thing is you need to write SQL script. So before I have SQL script, this is, you can just go to chat GPT. I have the video here on ERPGulf. I'll put the SQL creating, how to create SQL, and once you know how to create SQL, then you have any type of it. Maybe sometimes we need oh, this is two charts. You have, I mean, you can create much complicated, but a beautiful report on SQL script. We have only and only used here on the script here, no backend script, only on front end, only on client side code. There is nothing. I explained you how to put filters, but I'm not repeating that. So this is the one. If you need any clarification on this, what I recommend you can just send an email to training at ERPGulf.com. Okay, so you can send an email to training at ERPGulf.com. So we will just try to help you. That's all I can say. We'll try to help you. So this is the report. We have created the reports, and thanks for all our team to helping me to build this report and demonstrate to you. Hope it would help you. Thank you for joining.